Hello, Nita. Congratulations on being a first though. And yes, my stream is late. I'm aware. But do you know what would have happened if I was on time? No one would have Notepad. So, instead of stepping in P, I prefer to delay stream. Yeah, because, like, food, I mean, it's fine. I can cook something, and it's gonna be alright. Until the day after, where I can go buy it. But pads? Like, no, I'm not gonna put a towel on the floor. That is gonna be a bad behavior that I do not want to reinforce. Also, I saw that you were playing Slay the Spire. I hope your runs have been successful. Hello, Sam. And bye, Sam. Holy cursed run. Which characters have you been running, though? I'll be honest, whenever I run Necrobinder, I can't win. Hello, Windbreaker. Yeah. Good, Sam. Good. But before you sleep away, if you want to hear about my island on Tomodachi Life, you moved in with Trons. You can now bother him 24/7. Excuse me, it's anyway Hollow Knight. Am I right? There you go, you got some charisma. Also, I've been looking at the YouTube chat if anybody's been talking in there. I in the sorry. Let me look again. Nope. I didn't miss anything. also for all the people that are streamers and the likes, Twitch did something really good. I was in the beta for it, but they never gave me access, but now we have it. Streamers are follow notification fully dead. Mine have always been very late. So you mean just follow notifications? I didn't get any lately. Yeah, there should not be any. There is a thing that I find weird. Every now and then my follower count fluctuates between like 1 and 2 people, and then goes back to normal. It could be people just clearing out their follow list and be like, yeah, I've not like watched this person in a while, so let me just unfollow. It could be that, but we've been at like 590, 591, 592 for a long while. But I don't think I always get the notification on stream that somebody follows. It could be that some part of the API is broken. Because there has been some big changes. What I was going to cover is not API related, but there has been some pretty big stuff for streamers in the way of monetization. And it's actually a good change. It's not like oh yeah, you're gonna have more people doing 50% of your income. No, you're getting more. Also, my stupid chest was plugged in and did not charge at all. Ah, that's just lovely. So that's what happens when the light is green. What do you mean it's disconnected? It's literally connected. There we go. Anyways, bye. You're not gonna stay to learn what changed at Twitch. I guess you can watch a VOD. Yeah. All right. So, breaking news. Twitch is actually doing something that is good for creators. That sounds insane, I know. Let me just have this up. We got something new. We're going to be able to, like, it's a lot of blah 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 blah. Like, it seems like it says nothing. We have access to create new power-ups, which cost bits. Bits are always 100% given to us as creators, and usually it's only a small cut that is being taken away from Twitch when you buy the bits itself. So, like, that's big. That's really good. We get way more than the 50% of the gift subs, or just regular subs, until we get the 70-30 split. Which even then, you get more from bits. Another thing that we get is, well, you see this birthday VIP. It sounds like it's VIP, so it's like, huh? But we get to do custom badges. Let me give you the where is it? There we go. So we can go and create an event, upload image. We can, needs to be 25. Okay, whatever. Don't see shit on mobile. Essentially, you're going to be able, you know, all those events that have been around that, like, oh yeah, you go watch 30 minutes of this stream and you're going to get a badge that you can have in multiple places. People now have access to that. We can do it for ourselves. I think that those badges only stay within your channel. I don't think you can go around, because obviously otherwise some people are gonna just farm and just like have a bajillion of them. So they need to still be like important enough, but you can have them for subscription count. So like if somebody does a new subscription or gifted, they can earn the reward, but you can also do watch time. So like, let's say that we go here. Is that too big? I guess it is. I guess somebody could get a badge of a rock, which would be funny. Badge name You Rock. Could be like, you need to give 1 subscription. And then it's like, this badge was earned by subscribing or gifting during an event. You can add optional time rewards, and you can set when said event. Ow. Ow. I'm explaining something good, Drox. Why? Why are you doing this? And you can make it so that there's no way. Oh my god. You can ask people to watch 8 hours of your thing. Oh my. So if you do a subathon and you want to be like, oh, you watched a subathon, here's a badge for you to showcase that you were there. You could put it to 8 hours. So if people even want it, they need to actually like show up. And then you can have like, oh yeah, 1 sub for a similar badge. I really like that. I'm not gonna make my badges impossible to obtain. Like, oh yeah, it's only gonna be during a time of 4 hours, and you need to watch 8. Like, no, that'd be stupid. But that is really nice. You can create events that will reward those. For 10 seconds. But yeah, I'm assuming that they've also did another, why does it say 0? Okay. I'm assuming they probably have another access point for these new power-ups. Because now you can have a bunch of stuff. They have a few that are like pre-done. I don't think oh look, one for Sam. Reset my speedrun. Make me restart my run. Somebody could do that and just be like, hey, here's $1. Start over. But I can do it for free. Curse of dog. But this is the new edition. I'm liking the potential that it gives creators, and it enables them to have something really nice, invaluable, that is much more incorporated inside of the culture of Twitch. I wish YouTube had stuff like that, but they're definitely more about the video on demand stuff. Like, sure, there exist other things. Of course, I type it and it doesn't go away. There we go. Like, of course, YouTube has its good things. Your video can be sent to a lot more people. Doesn't mean they're gonna click, but could be sent to more people than Twitch would ever have. Why are you like this, Trans? I think I gave it to VIPs. So you do have access to it in case that it's like broken. In case it's broken, you have access to it. Alright. What shall we work on today? Because if you pay attention, I didn't specify what we were even gonna work on. Could keep working on Barry. I could keep lowering my triangle count on my model. Okay, I don't even have the inside of my legs. They don't even exist. I could remove all of these. Oh, these are a lot of polys, okay. Okay. Can't get back the rest of the leg. I think I will remove most of the stuff of the body. So, where does the code land? So, I am... Can I just bisect like this? No. It doesn't do what I'd like it to do. Even though you put this, it doesn't really do much. That, and then I unselect this, and then I delete faces. Okay, I'm pretty sure that everything in the back is safe. Can I just hide everything else? And then I just... I'm gonna do the tail. And this. This is gonna cover the rest. Yeah, okay. How was everyone's day today? Hopefully, everyone has been having a pretty decent day. Doing great? That's great to hear. Had fun in jams, and even finished your art-along entry during the stream. Nice. Very nice. Prompt bees. Did you just draw a single oval and then call it a day? You're tempted to draw bees? Yeah. Hello, Unknown. Welcome in. Did you know that Twitch did a good thing today? Or at least yesterday. That's when I got the notice first. Yeah. So, for streamers and people that watch, we now have the ability to create custom badges for events. So let's say that I'm doing a subathon. You could get a badge by gifting subs, and I can add an optional one for watch time. So for example, if I do a long subathon, I could have an 8-hour requirement to get a badge that would say, like, I really attended the subathon. Like, giving rewards, even if they're not like monetary rewards, to viewers counts so much as a creator. And another thing that we just got is that we're going to be allowed to use the power-ups. You know how there's one that like gigantify an emote and stuff like that. We're going to be able to make our own things. Probably not interacting directly in the chat, but we're going to be able to use the bits prices for stuff inside of the rewards, essentially. And if you know anything about Twitch, bits give more money to streamers than a sub would. The badges, however, only stay within your community, so sadly you would not be able to proudly wear the badge of being like, yeah, I'm a Dad the Dog watcher. Gets like a Giga Chad badge. This one matches Goodra with 1-3 in a row with the moveset that I recommended. Yeah, Muddy Water is pretty good. Okay, so just that much. I'm just gonna delete. Just so I can just hide. How's United been? We don't talk about fairy types. How did that even end up? What was it? 3 wins, 7 losses? Yeah, I'm not really good at Zacian. Every time I played Tinkaton, it felt like it was not gonna be my time. Our teammates were not helping much. We were always getting dominated by a Meowth that was like 15-4 by 5 minutes. Okay, can I... What's the thing? Control J? Yeah, okay. So now... hold on. Can I do a grid fill? Or I do this. Merge at center. Yeah, that would work. What makes a skill brain dead to use in Pokemon Unite? If it says sure hit, or if it doesn't have any targeting and it auto shoots. So, one that would count as that, however, the Pokemon is bad, so you need to be good, would be Comfey. Comfey is brain dead. You can press. What even is it? Is it the Razor Leaf? No, Magical Leaf. You don't even need to do anything, you just need to stay in range. Typhlosion. Eruption. You just need to stay in range and it automatically shoots. You can't miss an eruption. That's kind of impressive if you manage to miss that. Hello? Okay, there we go. Remove this. You can dodge it. I mean, you need to have a Pokemon with an insane amount of speed in the first place. But yeah, something that is like a point and click. So for example, Mewtwo. Most of the attack of Mewtwo are almost guaranteed to hit. If you're playing with... What is it called? Is it Psyshock? No. I mean, both of them are sure hits. Doesn't matter. Mewtwo as a whole is just sure hits. You just target the enemy, and it just shoots it. And it keeps doing damage. Glaceon, at least you kind of have to charge your stacks before you shoot them. And they're slow to shoot. So you have a weird delay. But it's fine. Pikachu, Voltackle. Like, not only do you not get punished when you use it, you have a stun, you get damage, and then you get back to safety. Like, it's that. At least for something like Cinderace, if you play with Blaze Kick, which you're kind of crazy for doing that already. If you do that, at least you need to like use it to reposition yourself. It's not like massive damage for Blaze Kick. Muddy Water and Acid Spray feels like it. You still need to be in a range. You're not going to be that efficient against special attackers that can control you. So, for example, one Pokemon that might make it hard for you would be something like Delphox. if they put a tornado under you and they just time it just right to prevent you from using your dash out of that acid spray, you're not going to get through them. They're just going to be able to kill you. Plus they have anti-heal, so yeah. Another Pokemon that just dominates you, Chandelure. Chandelure is going to be able to put Imprison. I was going to say Embargo, but that's not the same move. I mean, if you get caught as Chandelure, you're kind of stuck. But that's why Chandelure is a controlled mage, and not like a mobility freak. I'm gonna redo all those cuts. Okay. So all of this doesn't show. Probably should merge everything and make sure that everything is just connected for the sake of it. So even if I put an animation, it's not gonna show empty stuff. A Master of Bushes. Does that relate to your 80% loss? Are you spending too much time in the bush instead of playing the game? I think I can just straight up delete this and then, yeah, okay. Is there any part just circle around, which is this, I guess? Just gonna close this down. Okay. Can we see these parts? No. Not at all. You're relearning Desi and get your hands on Feraligatr. Feraligatr doesn't seem too busted, which is finally nice to see. I don't know if they should have buffed Typhlosion that early. It feels like they've just been floundering with all the birds, just waiting too long to do balance, and then Typhlosion gets a buff that fast already. I don't know. Okay. Having these, I can't really do less with them. So they're gonna stay as is. We're gonna hide the rest here. This, I think I'll have to keep it like that. It's already decimated hard enough. This, I can make it much better. So first we remove the duplicate. That's good. That's good. Okay. So these two sections we're gonna merge that. Yay, productive day. Love that. Like I said, it's either you're here and we yap, or you're also working, which is extra yay. Hello, Blue. Welcome in. I did manage to get you on the Tomodachi Island yesterday. The only thing that I was not sure is because on the drawing that you sent me, the eyes were closed. So I had to take a guess. Outside of that, everything else was clear enough to follow. I went with some kind of blue, because, I mean, you know. Sounds like a fair guess to make. Alright, now I guess the question would be, do I even need that much smoothness in there? Probably not. How's everyone? I'm doing fairly alright. Let's go! Daddy pets. Very cute. Hold up, if I'm able to get this one this close. Maybe I should. Get close to the bottom part. So 1, 2 for stability. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Yeah, okay. One thing we would need to do, Nita, though, is to make sure that we have enough time for all the things that we do have planned. Because we do still have a little bit of travel to do. apply that before I do this. Okay, I can hide this. Okay. You have an idea? Do you want me to be available for a call, or are you just gonna message me? No, not me. Okay. TMs are attacking me. Also, Trons, do you need any... If you're still here, Trons. Do you still need any help for Archipelago? My offer still stands to help you set it up. If you need any help, or to just test it out, or stuff like that. Oh yeah, I could easily just merge all of these things down. Minimize the amount of poly altogether. That's from Pizza Tower? This song slaps. Hello, Nyan. I mean, the only things that I've seen out of Pizza Tower is people going crazy about speedruns and the community being kind of its own crazy piece of the internet, which, you know, kind of is the same thing for every indie game. So, nothing too out of the blue there. Okay, time to make everything on my chest very low poly. I mean, that literally was a metal cover by Rejab. Okay, that should be about right. No, this was a little bit off. Okay. This looks fine. How many polys are we at? 6,400. Yeah. Maybe I just lodged this into the fingers. It's barely anything though. I guess the face could use a little bit more crunching of the numbers, although the hair is definitely a big culprit. And the scythe. Okay, kind of wanna just... That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna change the material of this. Does this work? Not really. I could also just not have my scythe. That's also an option if I want to really play low poly. Although my scythe is kind of like what makes me not just Giga Chat number 2. Yeah. Sword would look cool. Yeah, but I want to have my scythe. I still want the character to look like me. But I'll need to simplify my scythe a lot. One thing I can absolutely do though is just to delete this. Just want to delete this. Wait, you're telling me that there was a whole section under? Okay, that's some polygons I didn't even know I had. I can probably simplify these to be a little bit more like this. That's at least 2 triangles per merge that I get rid of. I don't think I've ever imported, like directly, a model from Megabonk inside of Blender to see how many polygons they have. But I have seen a video of Ferdinand doing it, and I saw the difference in polygon. I was like, oh, that's low poly. As low as can be. Can I even, like, dissolve this? Yes! That looks fine. I'm gonna remove this one. Just so it cuts cleaner. Okay. Can I... Yes, I can dissolve all of this. I can dissolve this too. Okay, that's a little bit more polygons saved. Well, that's not really doing what I want. We'll remove some details. I don't think the tiny hooks were that important to the design. I can just merge that. Of course I have an inside. Okay. Unsupported closed loop. Okay. Hide this. If I was to remove, that does not dissolve properly. It's kind of an important cut. Okay, what if we remove... that's fine. All but one of these sections. Okay. What if we remove these? It still works, it's even better, maybe. Okay, what if I remove this part? That's clean? Very clean. I have a random point here. Or is it random? It's not random. I have a freaking thing in the back. I had a freaking back face to it. Merge at last, merge at last. Okay. Big Crunch ASMR. You've got time to lower the sound if you don't want it. Okay. So now I'm gonna do the same thing on this thing. Oh, why is there this thing here? This could be the thing, and then this becomes... Does that? Okay, this one is clean. Why is this not clean? There we go. It's still 1,300 triangles. So let's keep optimizing stuff. Okay. I see a lot of stuff that can probably be removed. Oh, and these rings even... Okay. Let's start by the obvious. The inside. Can I do this instead? Absolutely. Okay. I mean, for a character of today's standards, that's nothing. For a PS1 type game, that's a lot. Might be able to remove all of these. Like from a distance, you'll barely see this difference. This is barely any triangle. Doesn't matter. Okay. $900 triangles, which is reasonable, given the rest of the model is 4,500. My glasses are 50 triangles. I don't even need to add them. Although, with how the eyes look, I kind of want to just keep them. The hair is probably... yeah, it's 1,000. I'd have to redo the whole thing. Why is this cut, huh? Okay. That works. This thing is not too much more optimizable. I can remove stuff on the head. Where's my hair? Hair flipped. I'm not allowed to say okay? Is that what you're meaning? Are we gonna have to fight to know who is allowed to say okay? Eh. Okay, hold. Yeah, it was. This one is from Ultra Kill. If you were wondering. Yeah, the game. Ultra Kill is one of those utter indie games that I'm just like, that one sounds cool to play, but probably don't want to interact with the... I mean, I don't know. There's always going to be extreme ends to any game community. Okay, I found how to get the lowest poly thing. Okay. So it's like a plate in the front, and then I link to it. Okay. I can probably add these two into the hair, so I'm not balding too hard. Come on, give me a little bit more of that Vegeta hairline. Vegeta is the best waifu of Dragon Ball. He just is. Just like Solaire is the best waifu in Dark Souls. There we go. Optimized hair. Unless I also give myself this part. Sparkling's all the way here, though. Shit, there we go. Okay, I need another layer to be just in between. Nah. No, both sides are not the same. Yeah, these ones are all rectangles. I've got a bunch of wacky pieces. This is a rectangle going out, this is not. What would you guys reckon is, like, think about people from a community of a game, outside of the very obvious answer, which would be like farming sims, like Stardew Valley and the likes. What is somebody from, like, what game community would foster somebody that you think would be a good friend? Which might not be a game you already play. Because obviously people that play similar games to you always are gonna, like, vibe with you. At least, usually. Because similar things you like. Like, somebody that tells me that their favorite game is Deltarune, I think that they're young. They're too young. Yeah, what is, like, an adjacent game that you don't play, that you think somebody that does play those games would be nice to chill with? Or to, like, have a thoughtful conversation. obviously any type of people that play sandbox survival game, I feel like are probably chill enough. Because, like, they definitely know how to work with other people. They would have the kind of, not necessarily values, but like, they would have the type of qualities to interact in a group, which probably would make them nice to hang around. I think racing and combat games are probably going to be fostering people that are a little bit too short-fused and competitive. You know, players are not chill enough. Yeah, but sometimes you want to win. Like, there is a level of chill that is nice. But there's also some people that you're just like, could you at least try to play? When I play a game, I want to have a fair chance to win. It does make it more fun. Like, I was, I think it's going on right now? Like, it started today, I think? Box, which is a, I don't think he was ever pro at League, but he was very powerful at a certain character, Rivet, and he transferred all of his gameplay and stuff from streaming to TFT, which is a more intellectual, it's an auto chest. You need to think more, be fast to react, but it's not like ultra competitive to the point that like you would go and scream at somebody. It's just like, yeah, they played better. Well, nice game. Maybe I'll play something better. Like, yes, you're playing against others, but you're still like deep into the game. And it's not like the problem is not other people necessarily. It's you. You can improve on yourself to become better. That you feel like you have the level of agency to actually not be mad at other people. And I'm pretty sure that people that like play TFT competitively to a high level would be really fun to just talk with. I just have that feeling. But yeah, somebody that plays survival game, like, you'd think Minecraft. Obviously. They're probably going to be very creative. And very chill. People that play Power Wash, yeah, like... It would be hard to just consider it a quote-unquote cozy game. But it is for a lot of people. Steam list is full with cozy games, building, cleaning, golf. What is mine with? What would you consider my list? Oh. Okay. It's like, why is the first image not loading? Let's see. Let's start from the games that are already out. Difficult? Yeah. I would say so. Ikaruga is a shmup. Shmups are known for being hard. Net Attack is a roguelike, which is literally tag difficult, okay? This one looked fun and silly during the demo, the Steam Fest. This reminded me of Star Fox, which, I mean, it's probably literally what they refer to. This one looked cute. I just saw somebody play, which is a cooking game, cooking sim. Brutal John is a Doom-like that I don't know if Tron's tried it. Hope he did. Bob Is You, which is, it's still tagged as difficult. Okay, I'll just take your word for it. I just like stuff that's hard. I like hard things and to think hard because I have a bunch of puzzle games as well in there in some places. Aethermancer, I really like the first one, but I do need to think a lot because it's a turn-based RPG. With roguelike element, you can lose your characters and stuff. Ratatan is apparently extremely hard. If you're trying, well, not extremely. There was a Twitch Rivals about it at some point, and they played Ratatan in co-op even. And I saw 2 people practice for the game. One completely being like, we'll do fine. And the other one min-maxing every strat and element and just being like, yeah, I'm gonna practice with this character, but I'm gonna keep the one that I'll play with during the tournament the secret to not give other players an advantage of knowing what the best strat is gonna be. And I was like, damn. You go, girl DM. Deltarune, I'm waiting until the story is finished before I do it. Little Kitty Big City, I have it. It's cute. It's short. It's very short. And I've kind of watched somebody play all of it. So I'll need to wait like a few years before I even play it. I think I've watched... Was it Feline that literally did all of it on stream? Might have well as been, because, yeah. Hades is difficult. Blade and Sorcery just looks like a fun VR game to just mess around with. But you can mod. Oh. Eugenics is turn-based. Cloudheim looked interesting. It does seem to be a physics-based game, which can go many ways. Going Medieval is a colony sim. Metro Awakening, I still have yet to play all of Metro's, but I've seen enough gameplay that, like, I like the story of it. Path of Exile, I was waiting... I don't know what I was waiting for. I know Feline played it. I know that somebody I took a lot of advice from also plays Path of Exile, and I'm just like, That's the kind of game that like somebody that thinks a lot and has good knowledge of stuff could play, because it's so in depth. AI Limit is a Souls-like that got recommended to me by Om. I have another one, Kazan. Yeah, the first Berserker Kazan, which is also a Souls-like. I've got Night Train, which, you know, Elden Ring. It very much is a Souls-like. I've got Helldivers, which I never ended up getting because, I don't know, I didn't have time to play it if I was gonna get into it. And I'm pretty sure, like, I still don't have time to be like, ooh, a new game I could start playing. Like, Sea of Stars is very reminiscent of turn-based, party-based RPG, just like Chrono Trigger, which, if you've not played Chrono Trigger, it is a classic for a reason. If you like JRPGs, you should consider it. Time is a very difficult thing to find. Yeah, it's all about priorities. Witchfire is basically what if Destiny and Souls game. Which looked fun. Strive is a great soundtrack that also features a game. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. I love the aesthetics of this game. I've got some Dragon Quest because I've been raised as a Dragon Quest boyo by myself. My mom was not into Dragon Quest at all. Expedition 33. I've been able to remain spoiler free for the most part outside of the first chapter of introduction, because I was watching Jan play it, and there was one section of the game that I know with the second adept, which is, it stands for bag of potatoes, because they're like golems and automatons are just built like with the most bare bone bags of stuff to just hold together. Split Fiction, me and Nita had played that on her birthday. Half-Life Alyx, which I'll get to play at some point. Lost Soul aside, I followed the development of this game a while ago, and I'm kind of sad that it ended up being not that great out of its release. Because, like, if you look at this, like, visually insanely impressive. But it failed in its delivery. Like, outside of being a very beautiful visual spectacle, I think it didn't, like, deliver all that well. And that might be because PlayStation pushed Ulti-Zero to, like, release too soon when he was definitely not done. Or maybe just because he didn't have the proper team to back up with enough time. Once again, because crunching. Because most of these visual effects and stuff was just one dude. And you can see that, like, visually it rivals Final Fantasy 15. Like, very easily. Like, you might even get confused by the fact that this is not the main character from Final Fantasy 15. Unfortunate. Ghost of Tsukushima, just Tsushima, which apparently was really great. And we got it on PC after a year or two. I think we're not gonna get the other one at all, unfortunately, because Sony decided to say, you know what, no more sharing a game. No. Oh, yeah, they see. Then I've got Kazan, which is a Souls-like. Sekiro, which of course is difficult again. Metaphor, which is another JRPG developed by Atlus, and apparently it's amazing. And then I have Moonlighter 2, because I've played the first one and it was fun. So yeah, difficult puzzles. Yeah, I guess that's kind of what my tags as a player would be. Players difficult, and then strategy. Where is this connected? Wait, what? There's like there's a face in between. Last. I still see a shape here. Okay. It's as if this part on the side is not connected properly to the other side. Okay. What is going on here? Wait, what? These are connected? Okay. All right. So, now to the beard, which we can probably remove literally this whole section. And then just merge up. Yeah, that's good. Okay, they're not connecting. Okay, that's fine then. Yeah, no, the creator dashboard on mobile is pretty much just slight moderation. What were you trying to do? Because I can do it. I'm still a streamer. Well, I will retract the thing I mean. I'm more than able as a streamer to do stuff. So if you want me to do the thing, I can do it. I know where the buttons are, which a lot of streamers don't know. Yeah, but you could tell me what you want me to do, and I can do it. Wanted to upload sub badges because it is an iPad. You wanted to upload it directly from there, but no. Oh, you mean on your own end? Okay. You could technically use the web page to log in and not use the mobile web page. That is an option that you have. Yeah, that would be a potential problem if you don't remember your passwords. Yeah, that would be a problem. You You probably should, yes. Have you been arting, or have you just been chilling in the stream? Either are fine. Just wondering if you were being productive and that's why you didn't want to go to sleep. Working and then dinner. Okay. I allow you to finally go rest. May you find peace and recovery within your dreams. You wouldn't do it on purpose. I know. I know that you wouldn't. You like being a brat about it. No, I wouldn't allow you to do that. I would implore you. Because, you know, if you don't, it's kinda bad. And go bed. I mean, even when I tell you go make food, you still try to find a way to say no. Is this pizza tower? It is. I didn't even dare to question it. I just knew it slapped, so it had to be. Good night, Blue. I think now that I remember about it, I'm gonna go and put it there. Grave Lord Nita, yes. Oh yeah, I said something to Trance earlier. Right. Have you tried to set up your archipelago yet? Have you tried to log into it? Gravelord Nito is a boss in Dark Souls 1. And if you remember my my posters on my wall, one of them is Gravelord Nito. He's one of the boss you need to kill to get the end of the game. So you have to beat him. He's very bony, and he makes you feel not very bonita when you're fighting him. Kind of curious. Do you say which one you have? It's been an honor. You don't say anything else about it. Okay. Okay, it doesn't say anything else. I guess any path works, right? Look like he's so many skeletons. Yeah, he's some kind of amalgamation of all the deads. I'm looking for... Okay, I'm not signed in, but it does say something, so I'm not even gonna risk it. I'm gonna give you the screenshot of it. I'm looking at these. And I'm reading... I'm reading the comments that people have put in the inside of the reviews, and all of them are like, yeah, you need to have a CD drive to load in a thing, and I'm just like, what if I don't care about the actual game and I just want to use it as a controller? Do I need to, like, do something? Okay, the one that they used seemed to have been for the PlayStation 2. Check your posture, everybody. Make sure you're not shrimping. So yeah, whatever I can get that even works on PlayStation is fine. I think they use the slip pad, so whatever is good. Except the stuff that should be working for the Wii, I think. Because yeah, the plug-in is the controller. It's the NGC. So yeah, I don't want this. This should work fine. Okay, whatever. I'll make that one work, if anything. Oh, they added collections now. Alright, I can... Yes, do that. I'm gonna remove this because they no longer sell this. Hello. Okay, that updated. Did I remember to remove the thing? Is it the book? Hold on. The cover is different on this one. Okay. So I updated my drone. Oh, it didn't do the command. Usually that triggers it. I must have put it out. So, if for some reason you want to go on it and contribute to me having funny, hard challenge for myself, you can do that. Alright, we're down to 4,300? Wow! For which games is that? It's essentially a controller. I could play anything in theory. Yeah, but I couldn't play Dark Souls on it? That's the whole fucking point. I could. Unless I need more buttons? Then I would need like a second mat, I guess? Hold up. I need to look. Because I see this dude having... I know he does use 2 of them. Yeah, you don't need it often, but you do need like a second mat. You want some Marios? I got some Luigi's. $5. Eh? If you take the Luigi's, the story ends. You'll wake up in your own bed and believe whatever you want to believe, but if you take the Mario, stay in the Mushroom Kingdom, and I show you how deep the water pipe goes. Wah! Okay, 4,329 should be low enough. Hold up. This is so many polygons. How do I optimize this though? I've got it. There we go. All of that. Smooth. I'm not even gonna make a braid. I'm just gonna put a ponytail on that one. Like, hell no. I'm not gonna bother about it. just like that, I saved about 594 triangles. Now that's what I call cutting through the fat. Okay. Next step would be to cut through the hands if I really want to maximize, but 3.6 doesn't seem like too much considering I still have my scythe, which is 900 by itself. Yeah, I think I'll allow myself to be quote-unquote this smooth. What if I do this? Is it gonna... Not really. Unless if it's the auto smooth that would do it. This would keep it sharp. But I don't think I want these sharp at all. If I want something sharp, it's gonna be this in the center. But it's not gonna matter. I think I'm gonna do just to hide as much if people try to look upward. At least it's gonna look like it's trying to be full. There we go. Yugi! It's been a little while since I've touched Megabonk as well. which is what the model is going to be for. Can I get images from the community hub? Oh. What is this? You have screenshots that you can do, and then, no, take a photo. You got a huge glow around your character, so the edge is not gonna show too much. Everything looks smooth. The rest is just textures taking care of things. Hajo. Yeah, this is probably just all modeled in. This is just a texture. It's not loading. Okay. So I guess I can just crank that auto smooth. And then the shader in itself is probably going to make the texture look in a certain way anyway. Because I'll need to redo all my textures when I get to that part, so that it looks pixelated with big chunks. Yeah. Did you just... Oh, it didn't have a color at all. That's why. I was like, why did you become metal? It's because there was nothing. Oh, one of my shoe did not follow. Because I forgot that my Sabatons have not been applied. There we go. There we go. And now the whole boy mirrors. And I have the bisexual lights to show the very low poly aspect. That's what they're called when you have a red on one side and a very cold blue on the other one. It's bisexual lighting. Speaking of that, there is a game that is practically all made in that kind of light system, which is all about homosexual vampires, which is going to be called an interesting name to say the least, but it's basically going to be similar to Valhalla, in which you take orders, you mix the drinks, maybe a different way, and you have different interactions with some of the characters. Which I'm gonna assume there's a lot of like micro stories between them, if they done it proper. Okay, now the next step of this model would probably be to rip something straight from Megapunk, or see if there is something for the modding tools that gives similar textures that I could try to replicate for my own models, so that I can get something that looks decently close. Unity takes forever to open, usually. It's still pretty impressive that I managed to get everything down to 3,648 triangles. Considering there's like... Sure, like, texture-wise, there's a lot of details that are gone, but I'll redo them because it's just that the texture is being crunched way too hard. We lost... I guess we lost my mustache. I can add it back. X global. Oh, that's amazing. By distance, no. Delete faces. Delete. Bridge edge loops. That works. And then we calculate outside. There we go. There we go. That's good. We get our mustache back. What else am I missing? Can still see the eyes like that. Hair, I'll just have to do the texture. That's gonna be fun for it. I'm missing an ear. I just realized. Okay, anything else that did not duplicate to the other side? No. Everything else looks fine. We can't really see up too much. Could try to I guess that's one thing I could do. Like that. And then it's just gonna follow. And I guess this would need to be subdivided. Upside down. I think I remember sending a meme at some point, which was like, using Blender is basically 90% of just rotating the camera randomly. Not randomly, but like awkwardly, and 10% of actually modeling. Because you always need to get the proper angle of view to see if it works. I mean, you've seen me use Blender. I literally was just like, upside down, trying to fill the stuff in, just, yeah. Getting the head to be less concave, so it's actually proper. The rest of the chest, you don't see the holes, which is perfect. And you don't see inside of the things. Okay, that looks clean enough for me. So now, this bad boy will need to be burned for 3 different games. He's gonna need to be burned for Megabonk, Elden Ring, and what's the last one? Breath of the Wild. Right. Yes, the 5 vs. Jeeble. I loved fighting it. I wonder, did they hide other, like, absurdly hard bosses like Jeeble in the other chapters of Deltarune? Of course, not really a spoiler, just like, is there that source of challenge for me to undertake? Because I think so far, I've seen, like, nothing about Chapter 2. I think I've seen a little bit of chapter 3, and that's it. I have not seen beyond that. Well, I guess I know one thing in chapter 2, because it's not in chapter 3, and people were talking about it already. Which is Pampton. Then I guess I know a few things. Also, you still haven't answered me, Trons. I asked about Archipelago earlier. Did you get your... Did you try to get your game up and running, or not? The answer is no, it's fine. Because I'd rather help you ahead of time in case you have any sort of problems, so we can all be calm and collected and getting Burger King left and right. Yeah, we could also just do a mini test run. Okay, so this is good. Okay. Let's see what my bones were. Put them in red and blue. Not even fire red. Red and blue. Okay. Okay, even though I made all of these big changes, the rig is still fine. I could probably use that for like for Wardo as well if I wanted to. Ah, the ends are wrong. There we go. Finally something. But yeah, Trons, are you only hearing the music? Are you not hearing us talk? Archipelago, did you try testing anything or not? Yeah, it's very selected hearing. Yeah, every time we hear his Archipelago, it's just like... Beep. been prepping to hook up your old PC to grab some stuff, so you haven't set up any Archipelago. Where do you start? Well, the first thing that you would need is probably going to be Subnautica is part of Core, so I don't think you need any AP World technically. You would need to go on the Archipelago website, of course. Get started, supported games. I'm literally gonna do like the steps with you. So Subnautica here. You've got a game page, setup guide. So the game page is like, it explains you what different type of things happen. There's 4 goals available. Launch goal, where you leave the planet. Free goal, where you cure the plague. Infected is achieved the maximum infection level. And drive asks you to repair the Aurora drive core. So you've got these types of goals that you could do to quote-unquote win your game. So you are gonna need a you're gonna need this, the Subnautica Archipelago Randomizer 1.9.3, which you'll unpack. You're gonna have a Beppin, because of course it's modded. Beppin works with like almost everything. If you're using Linux, you see there's a literal like extra section just for you. You add Wind Lover Rides. This command your Subnautica launch argument in Steam. And then you're gonna connect to the Subnautica Archipelago thing with the archipelago.gg .. whatever the game that you've launched is. We all have different lobbies, usually. Wind DLL overrides. Nah. Wind Lover Rides. I like mine better. You know, the lovers are having a ride and they're all wined up. 2 bottles of wine down. And they're just going to play Subnautica. Yeah, so for that part, how do you set up a server? It's pretty simple. You're also going to have your options page, which is how your seed is going to be done. Wow, you have nothing. That is easy to generate. So, usually, you want full accessibility. You've got swim rules, sea glide, free samples. You can choose which goal you want. So if you want to do free or infected or drive or launch, you have a choice. I haven't played your game, so you know. Usually you do that in the Archipelago program itself. The webpage is really nice because it also gives you all those little things. And because Trance is going to be using a core game, it's very well supported. You should not be getting any weird bugs. You're not going to have some weird YAML that you need to manually adjust stuff. Your logic is always going to be good. You can do creature scans. No, I mean your creature scans count as unlocks for other people. You've got extra information about aggressive creature scans. Deaflink, because it's your first time, I would say probably don't put it. Because you might get annoyed by me. So what Deaflink does is, if somebody in your lobby dies, and both of you have Deaflink, you're both gonna die together. So either you die or they die, both people die. My death becomes our death. If you're not familiar with randomizers and you'd like to be able to focus on being able to figure out how to clear the game with the randomizer going, I would say you should not. But if you're very confident in your Subnautica abilities, turn it on. Do it. I'm playing Dark Souls. You will die. Yeah, the website makes the YAML, but it explains it better than having to manually do the YAML. You can have filler item distribution. You can choose stuff that becomes filler. That would be extra items that other people in other games could send to you, so you could make more of one. Alright, then I will kill you. Alright. Empty tanks, oxygen tanks stored in inventory are empty if enabled. I don't know if that matters. I assume it's if we give you oxygen tanks. And you can also go here and be like, okay, bulkhead, for some reason I want only to be in my game. So you can click on that and it would only generate inside of your own stuff. What's the point of carrying multiple tanks then? You don't have to put it on. You can say no. Like, what's nice is that you can always change some of these things. Like, aggressive creature scans, you could say that, like, you don't want any. Or they could be in stasis or containment. Either is fine, or, like, just no. You can have an early Sea Glide, which means you're going to be getting those items earlier in the logic of your run. Your Shrimbrel. There's easy, normal, warning. No. Easy, normal, hard. And then there's also items easy, items normal, items hard. For example, I'll go to my good old. Can I stop? Make another tab. My good old Dark Souls 3. For example, this is my regular seed that I run. Balancing, I keep that normal. Accessibility full. Lotric Banner, I put it early, but anybody can have it. I could get my Basin of Vows at any time, so I put it off. I don't need to wait to be in a certain spot. So that if I get Yorm, and I don't even have magic, and I have to raw dog this fight again, I have an option on the other side. If, for some reason, I want to do that again. Like, I can put DLC to be needed to do, definitely. I always put the DLC to no, because otherwise that makes the run take forever. I'm not gonna put items in New Game Plus that needs me to finish the game multiple times. Like, I don't get how you... If you can clear your game and then you have stuff in New Game Plus, how does that even work? If I wanted, I could randomize my starting weapons, requiring my one-handed starting weapon so that I can actually equip them. If I wanted to be funny, I could force auto-equip stuff that I get. I could prevent myself from changing my weapons, so I have to use whatever y'all just shoot at me, which is not fun. I could remove equipment load and just be as fat as possible. Hold on a minute. I swear, there's somebody doing something illegal in here. I smell cigarettes inside. And I'm assuming that's because my ceiling is open. So somebody somewhere is smoking, and it's going all the way down. And it smells horrible. I've randomized my weapons, infusions. I've put them a little bit higher, just to make sure I'm not locked in progression just because I'm hard stuck on a boss that I can't kill because I have no weapons. I could technically reduce it, but meh. I randomize all my enemies, so it's funny. I could reduce the amount of harmless enemies, which means some enemies that don't attack would not spawn. No, I like to have my smooth areas. I have simple early bosses, even though... Oh, it's just the first two bosses? Oh, okay, it's not that bad. I could randomize mimics with enemies. No. Enemies scale depending on location. I excluded certain items, as in like the boss souls. I don't want anything to be in the DLC. Hidden items, so behind like walls, are never going to be important if I forget about a wall somewhere. Upgrades? Because apparently you could upgrade a weapon and it would count as a location. Like, what? Crystal lizards, because they just fade away. Small souls, I don't want. I mean, yeah, I could put that next time. Yeah, these locations that I exclude, I forbid useful stuff. And missable as well. But yeah, and then you can always do one or two things. There's export options here that gives you a YAML, which you would give to me so that I can generate the game with everybody. But if you want to try if your setup works, you've got a button that says generate single player game. And when you do that, it sets up a lobby as well that you can then log with the code, and then you can try your stuff. But if you want to know if you've set it up correctly with other people, me and Nita can help you with that. Or you can try multiple games at once. Okay. It's not impossible. I've done it with 4 games. Okay, let's see. Is everything still... No. There is nothing rooted anymore, right? Yeah, nothing. Yeah, there's nothing. Wasn't there like a button to just like set like just auto rig? Sure there was one. I can set up a quick explode. Wow. Boo! I can just explode. Isn't that beautiful? At least I can remove it. How do I remove that? Okay, I'll just go back there. It's funny how quick I could just explode. But that's probably where I'm gonna end it. I'm starting to just have no will to finish this. Because of course now I need to rig. To just apply my blend weights. And I just want to lay back in my chair. Yeah. Okay. That's where I'm gonna end it. But look at him. That created some very bad geometry. Hold up. Okay, that was before the explosion joke. Okay, that looks fine. Oof. I was about to save over that. Look at it. It looks alright. Looks low poly. Looks good. Looks ready to get into a game and kick ass. I need to open a bunch of stuff with Unity and see what I need for Megabonk. Megabonk is going to be the first one in the list. Then I'll see for Elden Ring. And oh yeah, he could replace Spooky Steve. No, is it Steve? No, it's Roberto. Right. I mean, I wanted to give him a scythe weapon anyway, so like he's gonna start with scythe. Alright, thank you everyone on YouTube to have come to the stream. I hope that you had a decent enough time to watch this model being optimized a little bit by bit. And we've got 3,696 triangles, which is pretty optimized. Maybe not to the level of Megabonk yet, but I think that's gonna be good enough. I'm also going to be using this project for other types of things, so it's good to have a little bit more polygons for those. So I will say goodbye to you, YouTube, and I'll